What's going on, everybody? I'll just give people a minute. I switched the time last minute, and then I switched what I was doing last minute. So, in the chat, which is this link, will be for the premiere of Ted's upcoming video. He's away at a family function tonight. He usually follows me at 9 o'clock. And he does weathering on cars every week. And this week he had to be away, so he did a pre-recorded video. So you'll find that in the chat. And then the next link is for Around the Layout podcast, who is in Chattanooga. There was like a big train show, right? Train show nationals or something. I don't remember what it's called. But he did some live broadcasts from there. So there's a link for that as well in the chat. Todd, how's it going? First one in. Noah, hello. There we go. So I'll try to post those again at the end as well. So while I was waiting to get started, I was thinking what I was going to do for next week, because I sort of about had enough of painting miniatures for a little bit. I usually go for a bit on one thing, and then I've got to switch to doing something else, which is kind of one of the great things about this hobby is you're not stuck just doing one thing all the time. So what I decided I was going to start next week, but I think I'm just going to start it tonight, is from Interaction Hobbies, which is a Canadian company. And it is this kit. I've had this for a couple years, I think, just sitting on the shelf. And it will go with this, which is, I think, one of the... I did this one quite some time ago. I'd have to go back and look at the pictures, but this is another Interaction kit. It's got some of the first figures I ever did. And lots of cool little details. Like, that's a great little kit for, oh, the bandit just bit it. He wasn't glued down. Jesse and Cooter are glued down, but Mr. Reynolds, not so much. I just sat him there. You know, if you got a section with woods or something like that, it's a great one to get in there. Oh, what'd you get from Interaction Con? They've got a lot of great kits. One thing I think we're going to do first, though, is just do a little bit on this side. Got a little bit too rusty. And then we'll crack into this kit and see what's what. So I'm just going to rip off a piece of this. This is, what do I buy this for? A grout sponge. Because it's, you know, doesn't have a perfect shape to it, so it does good for this type of thing. Just gonna dab on a little bit just so it's easy to see what's what on here. Just make some of this important stuff stand out a bit. And there we go. Easy as that. That looks quite a bit better. Now we can set that up with other stuff back here that's kind of hanging out. My buddy Tom. Set this right in here. And that sign's from Dan at Yelton Models. Right there. Get this little sussy guy right there. And I have a part that I've got specifically for this kit today. How's it going? And there's all the info you need to order from Yelton. He's got lots of stuff. I do a lot of his things on here. The diesel tank from the other week. So we'll get going on this Caban. So I ordered it with the detail kit, but of course we're going to add more details because you can never have too many. So that, I don't know that you can order that separately. I think you have to order it when you get the kit. Maybe if you buy the kit and then you message Daryl like, hey, I bought this kit and I want the detail kit now. He'd probably do it that way. But lots of cool little details in there. I don't think I've opened it. I've done a few of his kits, so I know what it's like. This I'm a little bit scared about. Got an animated rocking chair for the porch. I'm gonna have to locate somebody that can sit there. We get a couple sitting fellas in the other one. Anyway, we're a little ways off of that. Does come with some lighting and then some details in there, and then that looks like the building with some like decal type stuff in there. Still, were you hiding in the bathroom on the phone? So this is basically what it looks like. There's the chair there. I do have another one, so kind of hoping I can get two on it, but we'll see. I do have lots of other chairs, other sorts. I'm just going to take a quick peruse through this. He does have very well-made kits, but you do need to pay attention to where things go. He does give you suggestions on colors and actually the specific paint that he used. Gold foundation deal. Cool. This is all the stuff for the detail. The tail kit. There's some pictures of finished up. Yeah, should be an interesting little kit. So first, let's set that to the side. Let's look in here first. I don't know how much building we'll get done on this one because I'm going to want to really kind of get into going through the instructions on this building just to make sure that I put it together. So we got lots of wood parts, 3D parts, injection molded parts, got a broom. Is that all balls and stuff? Yeah, that'll be fun. And all right. We'll set that with these instructions here. That I'm not necessarily going to open at the moment. There's nothing really that exciting in there other than a bunch of parts that scare the crap out. Let's look in here. So in the directions, so that looks like the foundation. So that is a little jig for making the metal panel roof. So, of course, once you're done with this kit, you now have that for making more metal roofs. That'll go on top of that. Here, walls. Yeah, so this is here's what we have for the metal roof, and it looks like it is um, the aluminum tape for doing ductwork. There's some paper for the inside. Looks like a couple calendars, a couple photos. Got some windows. Oh, some screen for the screen door. And here's the interior of the walls. All right. Oh, more walls. So with this kit, it's usually everything's layered, which is fine. Just you got to make sure you get the layers oriented in the correct position. So the floor is the easy one. And he also does provide you with, so there's all your pieces. Bobby, how's it going? Okay, yeah. So here's all the pieces numbered on the kind of cutout sheets that they come on. So if you're not sure what part you're looking for, you have that as a reference. And so this is where we need to look at this. So 2i, 3i. I think I got it. This is where it's good to have the reference sheet. It's quite good instructions, but you need to pay attention to what you're doing. I am more of a you. So this is a lot of this is like the plywood. Some of it's clapboard looking stuff like the cardboardy. I'm thinking of glue that yet. Feel like that might be a mistake because it's got to line up with the front and rear doors. So let me cut a bunch of this out. Yeah, dun, dun, dun. This out and ready. So when we start painting stuff, it's with everything else. Thinking of it. This one's from Yelton. It's like that old school wash basin and stuff. This will be a good practice for. I got a couple more of his kits that I got a long time ago that are quite a bit bigger. One of them being the pork store from. It's based on one of the meeting places in The Sopranos, which, of course, gotta have that. It's one of my favorite TV shows. All right, set that over here with those parts. These two I need to. Let me just grab my parts list. And it is in this orientation. That is number 6. That is 5, 4, 7, 2, and 3. These came out of the sheet like that. They look like these ones. So, in fact, they should have been like this, which would then put that like that. So this is 6i, 7i, 5i, 4i, 3i, 2i. Now, if you're going to write on these like this, do not push hard because you will dent it. And then you will forever see it. That would suck. These I'm just going to have to, they're going to sit up there for the moment. And we'll put this one with it. So now that they're all labeled, I can just go through, cut them all out. We don't got to worry so much about where they came from. I sort of have an idea how this is going to go, but not fully. And there we go. You can see there's little, that one broke. I'll show you the next one here. So there, you can see where it's still attached quite easily. So you can just take your knife, just come in on top of it. You'll just hear it pop. As opposed to what I was doing it the lazy way and just running my knife down it. But it started to skip a bit, so I stopped doing it. So if we were to take this, set it there. This looks like the back wall. This is the front door. Looks like that. Goes there. You should see. So, yeah, so they're just going to go there. That's that. There. So let's find out how I glue these together. Brad, how's it going? Welcome in. of seems like this. All right. Starting to see how this goes. Just gotta make sure we line up these notches. Yeah. All right. Let's start gluing stuff. Enough of this. See if this glue nozzle is free still. Oop. I'm just gonna use my finger because why not? Guess I could have used a paintbrush. This is just as easy. Now, when you're doing this, you're definitely 100%, no question, gonna want some weights. Because you want these things to dry dead flat. So make a little bit of room. Looks pretty good. So set that there. And bam. Flatten it out. Sorry, I'm curious to see how this works. Just making a mess of this. Nice. Yeah, so that's a cool little thing you have once everything's done. Right, stop messing with that. Get back to what I'm supposed to be doing here. Hey Dan, how's it going? We're gonna do a moonshiner's cabin. So that floor, I'm just gonna set to the side for the minute. Here. I bet that one goes with that one. Four. Bam. Rolling. And of course, if you use your finger for the glue at the end of it all, you get to have the fun of peeling it off. in kindergarten when you were using paste, or in some cases eating it. I don't remember anyone in my class eating paste. Maybe that's because it was me. So, drop that in. Don't have long with this Titebond glue to fiddle you around with it all. Get it where it needs to go. Got a bit of squeeze out in that channel, which we need to get rid of. Go. Done. Take that, stick it over there. Put him on there. That guy down like that. And number 3. Yeah, so basically what I figured out with the easy way to tell on what way these go together, you can see all the laser marks on the one side more than the other. This one, it's a lot more noticeable. See, this one's pretty clean. So basically, the laser burns go together. So I've only got 2 more 1, 2, 3 blocks, aka the weights. So I'd start parting stuff out. So. Oh, no problem, Todd. Yeah, it grabs pretty quick, but you got a little bit of time to do something like move it around. But once it gets a hold, it's there for good. So the glue Todd's talking about, it's Titebond 3. The reason I have that is I also do some woodworking and it makes things like cutting boards sometimes. And Titebond 3 is food safe glue and also waterproof. I think it's food safe. Well, I've used my cutting boards lots and I've never got sick from it. So I'm going to say it's food safe. You get on me. Ah. Right. Put that one right there. Oh, you know what? Let's steal a weight from first. Number 6 coming up. How are we doing on time? Show me the clock. Oh. I think when we do the board and batten type of thing on there, we will use the old glob of glue and a sponge method. So we can fit that guy into there. There you go, little buddy. Definitely have to track down some more peoples for this cottage. I know one, who is it, Burka or whatever. They're coming out with a general lease, so I may have to see what I can do about coming up with a. Oh shit. What happened there? Hmm, it's like that now. Oh, you can do those no problem, Dan? That'd be an offsite one, I'm sure, for what do you call it? Purposes, copyright purposes. What is going on with this one? The last one is being a bitch. Man, I don't know. Wait, I'll pop this apart quick before it's too late. It's together now. But, well, let's see what happens. Luckily, it's a small wall, so hide it if I need to. There you go. Okay. So now, what am I going to use? Get one of these makeup sponges. Yeah, we'll have to have a Daisy Duke on there somewhere. If I pop that Uncle Jesse out and we do an Uncle Jesse sitting, he'd be a good one for that rocking chair on the front. That is go like that. I need to look at the picture of this thing again. Oh, it's back. Dumbass. Oh, drop my shit. All right. I've got it resorted back out here. Hold up. I bet that goes like that. Maybe. Let's see. Set the blind man to his death son. Buddy. It's gonna go like that. Interesting. All right. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So this should be interesting. Man, I need to cut these out. Let's reorganize the weight situation here. 3. Number 3's got a bit of a bend. I think October, the General Lee is due out. Let's keep an eye because I have a feeling they will not be sitting on the shelf for very long. So, just trying to figure out a way to get this lined up easy. If I remember, it was October they were coming out. Did you get the Fall Guy truck? Went on a we put a iPad or on eye patch Ted or engineer Ted. Well, if we did engineer Ted, he could be in the rocking chair. Just have to paint the overalls on him. Yeah, the engineer Ted, he's got a hat. Guess he always had a red hat. Take a minute. Some monster. Need some junk to go around this place too. Like what do you call it? Like some broken down cars or something. You have oh no, they wouldn't have paint tanks here, I don't think. I have to figure something. We might run hydro poles up to them. Or at least up to the cottage. I feel like they may have some sort of alternative power source since if you're moonshining, you don't really want anybody to know where you are. I feel like it might be more of an off the grid type of situation. You know what would be cool though is um TV antenna. Like remember they had like the I can get you a picture of it, but I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Uh, no, the this one over here has a still. Um, we used to have them on all the houses before cable was a thing. You know, Sort of looks like a crane tower, but for the antenna. Yeah, we do a bunch of pigeons up there. I think it's just called an antenna mast. But it's like all the crisscross metal. Oh, I think a tower would be cool, and you know it'd be good for a bunch of different ones. Roof mount would be all right too. Like I got a couple from Interaction as well. He makes like mobile homes. And the roof mounts would probably be better for those. That was good. Yeah, Sunday tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll figure out like type of cars. I guess 60s. Old Ford pickup would be cool because that's what Jesse drove. But it could be busted down, wheels missing, and whatever. Sitting there. This might be the hardest part of the whole thing is getting these things lined up. Come on, dude. Yeah. That's not straight. That's not right spot at all. I think I saw in the instruction you want to line up the bottom. And look at that. Now I got a big shit I broke. Sorry. That's character. That looks very good there. All right. Sit it down. Move the knife. Put some weight on it. On to the next one. Crap, there's an arrow on this. Oh, there was an arrow on that last one. Slide up. There we go. Oh, son of a gun. See, I didn't swear that time. There's no longer enough glue there. Whoop. Oh. All right, there it is. Nailed it. Yeah, I think I saw your post about the screen doors. I'll have to look at those again. That'd probably be good on here if they're the right size. And the paper stuck to me. You know what? Let's just stack it up. Number 7. Oh crap, they all do have arrows. Would have been good for me to notice way earlier. What do you think the chances are that I got that other one right? Probably not very good. All right. Yeah. Today, told everybody you had to go to the bathroom again. That's crooked. That's better. Still crooked. There we go. Off of there. Drop of that on there. It's like a Big Mac of parts going there. It does not, because you should be able to figure out what way it goes because of the door. This stick on like this. Straighten that up. I think I got that one pretty good. Not quite. Slide it over. There you go. Nailed it. Oh shit. Shit. That's crooked. Oh, I hope this is gonna porch out. Yep. Okay, that's what those holes are for. Good. Still a bit crooked though. Yeah. That will be how it's gonna be. That's the one that's done. Last one. Amazon. I think they come in packs of two. Not terribly expensive. They're a must have when you're doing buildings. They're also very, very much square. So when it's time to put these walls together, we're going to use those again for keeping everything aligned in the proper matter. Square on the top and the bottom, and also, well, I guess you call it plumb on the vertical. Yeah. Interior, exterior. We got an arrow on this one. No, because it doesn't matter what way you do. Whatever. Let's just put it on there. Machinist blocks, or 1, 2, 3 blocks, because they're 1 inch. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. They're 1 inch thick by 2 inches wide by 3 inches long. Oh, almost stuck that on the wrong side. Oh, don't you do it. I am remembering that this is a cabin in the woods, so this thing doesn't have to be like downtown city perfect, you know? So that is like that. I don't know that I'd normally sponge this like this, but I've got the sponge out and it's got glue on it, so that's really the only reason this is happening. All right, move the glue. Take this one, take that down, that one on there, this one out, that one on there. Now, take our knife and trim off all the extra. And then we can see what we got. Hopefully. And jack all these up. Mother. Go ahead and stick on that one. Yeah, 100% did not. So that did not go well. That was not a good first attempt. Okay, we're going to have to do some fixing. Not a big deal. Probably should check that before I start ripping on it. At least it's under the porch. So that's a bit of a savior that way. Not really overly upset about it because it's like adding unintentional weathering. Where did the tweezers go? Yeah, right there they are. Take this. Yeah. Let's dab in some glue there. See if we can straighten this fella up. Making it worse. That one. Turned out okay. Not doing too bad. All right, so what I learned from the first one is make sure the glue has stuck before you try and cut it all off. There we go. And that glue did not stick worth a damn. So let me look and see what we got in the paintbrush drawer. Careful, careful, careful. I'm going to take a bit more care cutting these off. Bitch. So I have not fully enjoyed the board and batten on this thing. That much I know. Looks good though. It's a pain in the dick though. Off there. So I am going to say I do not recommend using a glob of glue and a sponge. Just going to say that. Never done one of these before, so just doing what I thought might work. Sort of did, sort of didn't. Have to come back and trim these up again once we're actually stuck. So I think all in all, what the idea with this cabin is we'll do like kind of like a standalone diorama, sort of like what I did with Fast Eddies. You can just kind of add it to the layout wherever we want, or we can take it to a show if we want, whatever the case may be. So once we have this building up, then we will kind of sort out a platform, get it situated. We'll add in the moonshiner's hut in the back as part of it. And maybe we'll learn how to make some fancy trees. This one stick? Nope. Ah! Man. It did not stick at all. So 100% the sponge method did not work worth a damn. Or I was just trying to be too careful with the glue to not have a bunch of squeeze out. So, on that failing note, we will wrap that up here. 30 minutes from now, Ted will be premiering a video. He's, of course, like I said at the beginning, he's away at a party for the night. Where did I see it? Upcoming. There's got the notification that it is 30 minutes away. And here is the link in the chat. Or you can click on the QR code in the top left-hand corner, and that will take you to his channel. So, yeah, we got 29 minutes to get over to watch the premiere of Ted's video. I will see you all over there. I will probably get this cabin maybe walls up before we get back to it next week, just so we can get on to some more interesting stuff than watching me glue walls together. Get it all painted and all that good stuff. So till next week, fellas. Some of you I'll see on tomorrow night. Some of you I'll talk to through the week. And for those of you in Canada, I hope you have a good long weekend. Take care, everybody.